Hi, Dr. Yo. Now I want to explain what is management. Management is essential for organizers' life and necessary to run all types of management. Good management is the backbone of successful organization. Managing an organization means getting things done with and through other people to achieve its objective. A mission statement defines what an organization is, why it exists, its reason for being. One success mission is to innovate, to lead, to expand, to provide the best value product to global customers. A mission statement describes what a company desires to achieve in the long run, and it provides a concrete way to stakeholders, especially employees, to understand the meaning and purpose of their business. One success vision is to become the one of the best cloth retailer in the world. Value statement is a declaration that informs the customer and staff of a business about the firm's top priority and what its core beliefs are. The value statements those set out by the One Success are unique, teamwork, authentic, and customer-oriented. Company culture is like the personality of a company. Company culture matters because business needs innovation in order to survive. The One Success is a company that puts a positive culture to employees who get together on their own to talk about cultural or environment issues within.
Next, I would like to present the planning part. The first and important management function is planning. Planning is a process that managers use to identify and select appropriate goals and courses of action of an organization. Planning also can be defined as the process that a company set the missions and goals to identify the action and the necessary to achieve the goals. Planning is very important because this process will provide a sense of direction to the company and help the managers in their decision making of allocate the company resources. There are three steps in planning. The first one is to determine the organization mission and goals. First, One Success Syndrome Brahan need to determine the organization mission and goals. The mission of One Success company is to innovate and provide the best value product to the customer. So, One Success Syndrome Brahat can collect data from the customer to satisfy the demand of the customer. The goal that determined by the One Success company must be achievable, reliable, and measurable. As a startup company, One Success Syndrome Brahat can use the immediate term plan that are about 1 until 5-year plans. The second step in the planning process is formulating strategy. One Success company can use SWOT analysis that the manager of the One Success company can identify the internal strength and weakness of the company and identify the external opportunities and threats of the company too. Michael Porter believes that a best strategy can beat the competitors. That include low-cost strategy, differentiation strategy, and a focused low-cost or focused differentiation strategy. As a startup company, One Success can use low-cost strategy that keep the company costs as low as possible to maximize the profit of the company. One Success company also can use BCG metric, Boston Consulting Group method, to evaluate the strategic business unit on basis of business growth rate and the share of the market. The last step in the planning process is to implementing strategies. Based on the 5 forces analysis that introduced by the Michael Porter, the 5 forces analysis include the power of last supplies, the power of last customer, the threats of substitute product, the potential of new entrants, and the last is the level of rivalry in an industry. The one success company need to identify and treat the suppliers and customer as well as possible to reduce their cost of input and to provide the best product to the customer.
Next, I would like to present organizing. Organizing is a process to manage and distribute the physical and human resources that together determine how efficiently and effectively organization resources are used to achieve the company goals. One Success Sdn Bhd are ready to create specific type of organization structure and culture so that a company can operate in the most efficient and effective way. First of all, organizational structure can be informal, but it is powerful even can influence the company's operation. One Success top-level managers plays the roles to maintaining and evolving an organizational culture. They will try their best to maintain the good values and norms through motivation and inspiration. Thus, if one success have a good maintenance in values and norms of the company, it helps to increase the effectiveness and efficiency of the company to achieve the goal. One success will create a simple and effective organizational structure to avoid the confusing, delaying, misunderstanding appears in the company, and it would help to improve the effectiveness and efficiency in the company to achieve the goals. One success are using flat structure in their daily operation. It includes Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officers, Marketing Managers, Sales Managers, Purchasing Managers, Production Managers, Designer, Human Resources Managers, Financing and Accounting Managers. First, Chief Executive Officer is the highest ranking of executive manager in One Success. He has the authority and responsibility for making decisions in the company. Secondly, Chief Operating Officer is a senior executive tasked with overseeing daily administrative and operation functions of a business. Next, Marketing Manager is a person who plays the roles to manage the marketing and controls the communication between company and their customer. Sales Managers play the roles to manage all sales operations and oversees activities of the sales management team. Besides, Purchasing Manager acts as a buyer for buying the best quality equipment, goods and services at the most competitive price to enable an organization to operate. The production department plays the roles to planning, coordinate, and control the whole production line in the daily operation. Designer plays the roles to design the clothes with the new trends and the desire of the customer. In addition, Human Resources Department is responsible for interviewing, screening, and placing workers. Besides, Human Resources Managers also need to handle the payrolls, employee relation, benefit, and training. Last but not least, the Financing and Accounting Managers play the roles in establish the financing status by developing, collecting, analysis, and reporting information.
I'm here to talk about the third function in management, which is leading. First of all, you have to know what is leadership. Leadership is a process that a person exerts influence over others and inspires, motivates, and directs their activities to achieve organizational goals. Leader is the person who exerts such influence. There are some managerial powers that managers can use to manage their employees, such as reward power, coercive power, referral power, expert power, and legitimate power. There are two types of leader that One Success managers can choose to be. They can choose to be either transformational leader or transactional leader. A transactional leader will use reward power and coercive power to encourage their followers to achieve higher performance. Transformational leaders can influence their followers by being a charismatic leader, intellectually stimulating subordinates, and engage in developmental consideration. Empowerment is a process that managers can use to give employees authority to make decisions, be responsible for their outcomes. This helps them to train to become a small leader. As a conclusion, leading is quite important function in management.
Now I would like to talk about controlling, which is the last management function. Organizational control include developing rules, guidelines, procedure, limit or other protocols for directing the work and processes of employees and departments. Organizational control is important in determining the quality of goods and service because it gives managers feedback on product quality. There are three main types of management control, which are feed-forward, concurrent, and feedback controls. At the input stage, one success may use feed-forward control, which allows managers to detect and anticipate problems from the standards in advance of their occurrence. The second type of control is concurrent control, which allows people to act on a process or activity while it is proceeding and it is used at the conversion stage. The last stage is output stage, which feedback control is used to provide information about customers' reactions to provide goods so that corrections action can be taken if it is necessary. In the management theory, there are 4 steps of control process. First, establish standards of performance, goals or targets against which performance is evaluated. Second step is to measure actual performance. Thirdly, compare actual performance against chosen standards of performance. Last step of controlling process is to evaluate the result and initiate corrective action if the standard is not being achieved. Last but not least, managers of one success can make inventory control with always make sure there is enough inventory to meet demand from market. As a conclusion, controlling is very important process in managing a company, and effective control helps company to maximize their profits while minimizing their expenses.
In conclusion, one success is offering quality attire and a range of apparel at an affordable price and in an attractive. One success also care about customer and trying to provide the best to them. If one success is able to acquire high sales and profit, they will be able to achieve their own mission. Thank you.